everyone, my name is Kevin and I'm a co-founder of Athena's Pets, and we focus on dog training and training products. And if you guys have seen one of my previous videos, we've been doing a series here on why your dog barks in general. And so we broke it down in the first video to the three main buckets of reasons. So there's obviously several reasons, and we tried to break that into three different buckets. So the first one that we covered was that there was some kind of motivation for your dog to bark, and we went over the reasons for that in another video, which you can find in our library, so go look for that if you think that's the reason your dog's barking. And then the second one was that they're trying to use some kind of vocal communication. So like humans, dogs need to communicate, obviously, and one of the ways they do this is through barking. So again, we have another video on that, so it's in our library, so go see that if you haven't seen it and you think that's why your dog might be excessively barking. And now in this third bucket is if your dog is territorial or protective. And we're going to talk about some of the other reasons in depth for that, that your dog could be barking. So the first one of those is that your dog is protective of a person. So if your dog's very protective and starts barking a lot when someone gets near a specific person in your household, whether that be a small child or the primary owner or somebody, that might be the reason that your dog is excessively barking. If people are always getting close to that person throughout the day and your dog is nearby and barking all the time, that's definitely something that would show that that was the reason that your dog is barking. And again, there's a separate way of dealing with that versus a way of dealing with a dog that might be excessively barking just because they're bored or they need attention or something. There's two different ways to deal with that, and we'll get into each of those specifically. Now, if one of these things that I'm mentioning is the reason that your dog is barking excessively, comment that below and we'll go ahead and create a video just for you guys to help you guys through the process. And one of the things as Athena's Pets that we do is we sell a humane bark collar. We sell it on Amazon and we sell it on our own website, and it's meant to help train your dog to not bark as much, but it doesn't harm them like a traditional shock collar would. But again, these tools are only useful when you know the exact reason why your dog's barking. So that's why we're doing this series here on YouTube, and we just want to make sure that everybody has the knowledge required to figure out why their dog is barking. And when you kind of put it together and think about it, you guys know your dog's best, and you'll be able to pinpoint this easily in no time, just if you guys have the reasons that are common for when dogs bark. So the next reason would be that they're protective of an item or food. So if they're protective over their food or they're protective over a specific toy, you can't get away from them and they just start barking like crazy whenever you get close to it, then this might be a sign that that's the reason that they excessively bark. And again, there's a different way to deal with that than there is to deal with a person that they might be protective of. And at any point in time, if they're getting aggressive, so if they're, not if they're growling necessarily, but if they start snapping or biting at people, that's a completely different issue, and we advise you guys to talk to your local vet or a local trainer to help you through that, and we can't personally give you guys any advice over these videos for any kind of aggressive behavior. So just keep that in mind, but if it's just a barking problem, again, please comment below if that's the issue that you're having with your dog, and we'll go ahead and create a video to help you guys out. And now the last reason that they might be territorial or protective is they're protective over a certain space in the house. So maybe that'd be their bed, their crate, maybe a room that they feel like is theirs, or just a corner or something like that. And anytime anyone gets close to it, they just start barking like crazy. Or if they see something in it that's out of place, they start barking like crazy. And this is, again, would be a telltale sign that they're very protective of that territory, and we just need to deal with that accordingly. So none of these reasons are impossible to have your dog stop barking in. So let's say it's any number of the reasons. Each one has a specific set of steps that you can follow to make sure that your dog stops barking as much as they do. And we'll get into those in depth in the next section of the series. We'd really love to hear comments from you guys and hear which issues are more urgency to you guys, which matters are more pressing, and then we'll go ahead and come out with those videos first. We're going to try to do one a day and release these here for you guys so that you'll have a better understanding when you go to make your selection of dog training tools. So with that being said, that's all I've got for you guys in this video, and I hope to see you guys in one of the next ones.